Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today we're going to have some fun and I'm going to show you how I built this squirrel feeder. Check out that baby right there, and I'm going to have you a real close look at it over on the bench and show you how it was actually built. I think anybody could build one of these, and let's go over to the bench and let's take a look. So let's just take a quick look here. First of all, as you can see, all I've got is some ABS fittings here. Now if you just cut a piece of ABS pipe like I did, and all I did was I got my hole saw and I cut a 2-inch hole in the bottom here, and then I just used the epoxy. I just used a Permatex, but whatever 2-piece epoxy you like can fit in there. And if you take a look, you can see there, yeah, I just epoxied it around. I'll have you look inside as well, but this is just a 90 and then a 45, and I just threw some black paint on it, and that was it, because in the winter time I want it to be black because I'll be using this over the winter time. And it just puts corn in here, whole corn. I'll show you that, and I'll show you it installed in the tree. But if we get down at the other end here, it's just got a cap. You can just take the cap off, you know, just as plain and simple as that. And I've got a little bit of a just an eyelet there on the top that goes like this. And on one side I've got a hole, and you can see that it's right here. And all I do is I have a screw on the outside, this goes through, and that's it. But I'll show you on the inside what I did and how I actually got this piece to fit in here. Okay, so there we are there, and if you take a look inside, you can see this is just 4-inch PVC pipe, and you have to really smooth down the outside. You can see where I've sanded it down, because you want to have that cap to slip off and on easily. And all I did is I had just a little piece of this fiberboard here, and I just jammed it right into the top, and then I pressed the fitting in. So once you press the fitting in, imagine this is not going to be on and this part's not going to be on. Once you only have like this much of material, and once you just place it in here, you apply your 2-part adhesive, and then after about 20 minutes, well, you just knock this thing out, and that's all. And it just left a little bit of fiber in there. But if you take a look at the bottom here, I installed a couple of holes because you want to have some drainage, right? Because you could obviously see that it's sitting like this. You'll have some rainwater going there, or snow during the winter time. So let's get this all installed. I'll take you out in my little shed there, and I'll show you how I put the corn in and what the corn actually looks like and how you should store the corn. So let's do that next. Okay, so we're out in the shed, and this is my container for my corn. And it's just as easy as just filling it up. Now, with your corn, you want to make sure that you're not putting a sealed lid on this or anything, because they come in breathable bags in the first place. So that's about it there. And you can see how, yeah, it just sits here in the bottom of the spout. So now let's go out and put the lid on, and I'll show you where it attaches in my tree. Well, it is the fall here, and you notice my box there. Well, that's the box I made for my squirrel house, and I'll show you that in the future. But this is it right here. I mean, it's not pretty or anything. I just slapped the paint on it, and if we do take a good look there, you could see where I've just got it banded around the tree there. See if I can get a better look. I just put like a garden hose around it. See if I can get some half decent light here. There you can see it there. I just put like a tie strap in there with a loop and just hooked it right on. So that'll be it right there, and it's right in the trees, and it's in a spot where, you know, the squirrels will actually just, you know, crawl up on here and just put their mouths in just to get the corn. And it just sits like that, and you can see where any moisture, it'll drip out the bottom, you know, and that's easy enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the squirrels come and start feeding, and then I'm going to show you. Well, what do you think? Is that cute or what? Now that's my second squirrel feeder that I put up. I have another one in my other tree. That's my first one. I'll put a playlist down below if you want to see my wildlife bird feeders and squirrel feeders and future bird houses and bird feeders. I quite enjoy doing this, and I sure like feeding the squirrels. Now a lot of people don't feed squirrels. A lot of people, kind of don't want the squirrels around their bird feeders and that kind of stuff. Well, the squirrels don't go near my bird feeders. They got their own feeders now, and they sure like that corn. Now I get a 50-pound bag of corn for about $10, and 2 bags last me, well, pretty much about 5 months. So that's not bad at all. And you know what? The squirrels love it. Sure, they drop some on the ground, but surprisingly, a lot of squirrels do not like to go up into the tree to feed out of the feeder. They like to get the corn from the ground. So, I thought that was quite interesting too, because I do have some gray squirrels as well, and they will not feed off of that feeder. But if there's any corn down there, they'll eat it off the ground. So thanks for joining me here today. And this is a very easy project to make. You just need 2 4-inch end caps, a couple of ABS plumbing fittings, a little bit of epoxy, and you have a feeder that's good for life now. That's not going to fall apart. It's not like wood, or it's not going to rust. That's pretty much a lifetime investment of about $10. So thanks for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of squirrel feeder, and look forward to some more in the future. If you haven't seen this channel before, well, you're welcome to subscribe. Come back again and have some more fun with me. Cheers.